Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple N Media. I am Dr. Nik Nikam. I want to talk to you about Tariff War Relief 2025. It's time to act now, President Trump. Businesses all across the nation need help. Tariff war. How is the tariff war affecting the small and medium sized businesses? Of course, the big tech companies got the relief through various exemptions, but what about the small businesses which are suffering from increased costs of business, job losses, supply chain disruptions, increased inflation, reduction in trade, business closures, mom and pop going out of businesses, higher cost to consumers, diplomatic tensions, inflation, increased interest rate, higher chances of recession, and all these negatively impact the country's economy, GDP, and it is high time, President Trump, we come to rescue these small and medium sized businesses. Relief was given to phone companies, electrical goods, and chips, and their stocks bounced. How about medium and small businesses? Thousands of them all across the United States, which rely on Chinese products and raw materials and are seriously affected by these tariffs. Many have been forced to lay off people, can't meet their payroll or business expenses. These medium and small businesses are in crisis. Very soon they will incur substantial losses, and many of them will be going belly up. When COVID 19 hit the nation in 2020, the federal government rolled out trillions of dollars, 5, 6, 7 trillion dollars of money to support the entire nation of 350 million people. When banks were in trouble in 2008, a $700 billion program was instituted by the federal government to purchase toxic assets and inject capital into banks and financial institutions during the 2008 financial crisis. If the big boys can get the help, the small boys, the mom and pop stores, which are seriously affected, need help also. The Federal Reserve Emergency Lending Facilities 2007 2020, using Section 13.3 authority, created multiple facilities to provide liquidity to non bank financial firms. How about small businesses, mom and pop stores? The Federal Reserve loans to specific firms given in the past Bear Stearns $12.9 billion to bridge loan and asset purchases to prevent collapse in 2008. AIG $141.8 billion assistance in 2008, with the government taking over ownership and later profiting. JP Morgan Chase helped acquire Bear Stearns with the federal support. JP Morgan Chase, Citigroup, Bank of America, Wells Fargo all received $30 billion when the First Republic Bank in 2023 was in trouble. FDIC gave JP Morgan $50 billion in financing during the First Republic Bank failure in 2023. President Trump, how about the small businesses that are relying on Chinese products and goods and raw materials? What about the mom and stores that are relying on these foreign products for their everyday survival? And what about their payrolls? Federal Reserve has the emergency powers to support, provide liquidity, and it is high time that President Trump seriously act on supporting these small-sized mom and pop businesses and medium-sized businesses which are suffering from massive losses, to bail them out until they can find an alternative source for their products, cover their payrolls, provide them interest-free loans, tax breaks, whatever it takes to keep them alive until tariff storm subsides. In the long run, the tariff war is a good thing that has happened, but in the short term, many of these businesses will be going bankrupt. President Trump The federal government has provided federal disaster relief when a hurricane hits a region or there's a natural disaster, a tornado wipes out a whole city. Now the whole country is suffering. The whole small business industry and entities are bleeding. It is high time to act, President Donald Trump. I hope you get this message. I hope you act on this and come up with an emergency tariff war relief 2025 funds to support small businesses so the country does not go through a major financial crisis, which can uproot your tariff long term plans. I am Nik Nikam, and you have been watching Triple N Media. Stay tuned for up to date news and analysis and commentaries on what's happening in the country.